What's up, guys? We're finally here. If you haven't been keeping up with me along my journey, we finally reached 50 days of the sprinting journey. I didn't really expect to get this far. Well, no, that's not true. I did expect to get this far, but I didn't expect for it to be this quickly. The main reason I wanted to do this though was because growing up, I've always been like active, and ever since I graduated, that high level of activity that I once did kind of like dissipated. So I didn't really get that, that drive that I really had. So even though I go to the gym and do explosive movements, like if you're an active person, you know that just isn't enough. And also if you're a performative kind of person, like you always want to keep pushing yourself. So that's the main reason. But yeah, I really just wanted to improve my performance, not just my gym strength. I also wanted to become more athletic and explosive. And I don't know, being fast is just pretty cool, in my opinion. Some goals that I set for myself when I was coming into it was, for number one, obviously to get faster. For number two, be consistent. And for number three, which is something that I realized halfway when I was getting into it, was competing. When I first started, I didn't really think of competing. I was just like, I'm gonna just do it for fun, just do it on the fly, just to get my rhythm back, my competitive drive back. So I was just like, I'm gonna just do it for that. But halfway, like in that midpoint, so around like day 25, I was like, yo, I kind of want to compete in this. But we'll get to that competition part later. I want to go over a majority of the things that surprised me from day one till now. And the thing about sprinting compared to any other sport is that the endurance you need is really high. And I wouldn't say you need like more mental toughness or, anything like that. But like the endurance is you really need to have good endurance when sprinting. I remember when I did like, I don't know, like 200 for the first time or 150 and I was gassed. Oh my gosh. But that was one of those occasions where it was like a reality check when I was coming into it, and I've been like, oh, I have good stamina. I've always been doing this for a long time. I've always been active, so I just came into it thinking, oh, I have good stamina. This shouldn't be a problem for me. And I got cooked right off the jump. So that was something that surprised me, really. I could definitely say that my explosiveness, oh gosh, I just butchered that word. Jesus. I could definitely say that my explosiveness definitely increased heavy drastically compared to when I was playing like basketball. And the thing is, like basketball, since you're doing a lot of jumping repeatedly, it's similar to like the a bound drill in a way. I know like the movement is different, but what I mean is like the springness that you get from it. You're jumping repeatedly. So from basketball, I always had bounce really, but when you do sprinting, I feel like you get really explosive. So and my whole workout routine shifted too. I was doing more, and I still am today, but box jumps, bounds, quarter squats, even different squat variations. Before I was only just doing full squats or deep squats, but now I have quarter squats, box squats, a whole lot of different variations. I started doing a lot more biometrics. I started doing a lot of isometrics. I learned a lot about recovery. That's one thing I'll tell you about sprinting compared to basketball or any other sport. I'm be honest, I don't think I've ever gotten more injuries on now doing sprinting than any other time in my life. Groin injuries, hamstring injuries, shin injuries. Um, that's a majority of them, and I've had them for a long time. Of course, it's gotten better, but I've never had this much injuries in my life. But I've learned a lot about recovery, so they're not like detrimental to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a learning process because at the start it was horrible. I'm gonna put up some clips. It should pop up somewhere on the screen. But compared to when I first started to the midway point till now, different ball game. I could say something that's really changed a lot is my start really. The problems that I really had when I first started was, you know, dry face start, and I still have troubles with them to this day. Like I'm not perfect, But compared to then, I would say I made a lot of improvement, significant improvements. I say at the start, I really didn't know what I was doing, but of course, that's normal with anything you're trying that's new. So I really did my research on it, prepared myself as best as I could to where I could see progress, along the way. Actually, that's sort of kind of true. At the start, I kind of didn't know what I was doing until people actually started reaching out to me and helping me, which I think a lot. On TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and elsewhere. But I could say something that's really helped is trying to reach out to people who know more than you, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be people that know more than you. So that's something that really helped me. And the thing I love about sprinting too is that your cardio will improve over time. Like for example, when I did the 200 at the start and I was gassed, over time your stamina just increases. You don't have to do no heavy conditioning like ellipticals or treadmills even. You don't got to do stuff like that. As long as you gradually increase your reps, you'll be fine. Now, I feel like I told you guys the benefits that I've had so far. Now I'm going to tell you about all the troubles that I've had. I told you guys already that that halfway point I was thinking about competing. You get humbled quick in sprinting. You might think you're fast, you might think you're putting in that work, but once you go to that first event, you'll see how class you are. And of course, this could be everybody has their different experiences. This is just for me. But when I went into my first race, I got fried in the 200 meter. I came last, and then in the 60 meter, I came either third to last or second to last. If y'all want, I could drop my times down below. The problem is that when I came into that race, when I tell you, I was prepared mentally because it was fun. It was really fun. But the problem is that the injuries. I came in with like a lot. Well, not a lot, but I had a groin injury that was really troublesome, and it's gotten way better now. But like, it was bad, really bad, and I was just very underprepared. I didn't practice blocks. I didn't. The 200 meter, I was gassed, and I was gassed before the second curve. So right when you start the curve, when you get to that the midway point on the straight, and then when you get to the second curve, that's when I was gassed. I just couldn't anymore. And it was in an indoor track. So getting hit by that curve on the indoor for the first time, oh my gosh. And I was on the I was on lane 8, so right at the curve. So I felt like got hit by it the most. I was just very underprepared, and that's something I learned now. So I know to do to improve myself for next time. Conditioning is very important for track. The thing about track compared to any other sport, football, soccer, etc., is that you could be fatigued in those sports, but since track doesn't have that much gimmicks, like it's just you can't really like get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like in basketball, if your knees are cooked, you could pass, you could shoot. In football, you could throw. But in track, if you have like a tight groin or like a rolled ankle, like that reduces your expectations of winning by a lot. It's like a landslide. That's the thing I really noticed. And I work a job where I'm on my feet a lot. So at the start, I was just doing too much. And bro, when I tell you I'll go to the track, and I just can't. I can't. Like I'll probably do like 2 reps or something and just be gassed. And then something I did which was really bad is that I'll go to the track before and then go to work after. And then I'll probably get home at like 9. And bro, when I tell you I'm just in bed, just like I could manage pain well. So I didn't really notice it until, a couple months pass. And then it's some chronic pain. Not really chronic, but it's ongoing for a while. So that was something, again, I learned the hard way. And in order to like prevent that now, is playing before, if you can, just put what you're supposed to do on this day, what days you work, how much rest can you get in between that time, how much recovery you could get, and that'll help a lot. I kind of want to give you guys some sauce too, some recovery tools that helped a lot. We got the massage gun, of course. We got the foam roller. We got the tens unit. Tens unit, I'll be honest, I don't really use too much anymore. It varies with me, but then we got a scraper, a muscle scraper. Muscle scraper is really underrated. I don't really see people talk about that. But a muscle, I'm putting muscle scraper above the massage gun for me personally. No, I'll put it like three. Yeah, it's in my top three though. I definitely noticed started stretching way more, doing, and I learned about dynamic warm ups. How it's better than static stretching when you like want to get your body moving. It should only be static stretching after the day is finished, and after you foam roll and stuff like that. My mobility definitely improved a lot. I was always flexible, but I do notice I have better mobility now. The thing about sprinting too is that I did a lot of new workouts like power cleans, hang cleans, and I really enjoyed that type of stuff. That's something I had to really stop focusing about was being in the gym too much because I try to do 2 to 3 sprint sessions a week. Realistically, two. I'm be honest, I'm not really getting three unless I'm just having one gym day. But 2 sprint days and 2 gym days, 2 lower leg body days and 2 sprint days. Upper body too. Like upper body probably once or twice. I definitely reduced on upper body a lot from sprint training because I was bigger than what I am now. If I could find some pictures, I'll show you. But like I was too huge, and I definitely felt like that was slowing me down. So I lost a lot of muscle, but I feel better though, performance wise. I want to wrap this up. I want to tell you guys some more, but really want to make that a part two. So let me know if you want that. I could definitely say that I'm still gonna continue sprinting, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely gonna compete some more. Get my reps in, get my times down. You know, typical stuff. I could definitely say this has been one of the most enjoyable processes, even though I'm still in the process that I've been doing or done so far. I never really done training like this before. Like when I did any other sport, it was just for fun, shits and giggles. But now I'm kind of locked in more. If you guys have any more talking points for me, um, let me know. If I forgot anything, I'm gonna put in the part two. But I'll catch y'all later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.